So don't take offense to it. Take offense with him. Anything in here you dislike, it's his fault. Okay? And he does remember too much, and you may fall asleep by the end of this because it is lengthy. Okay? As I was saying, you may want to take a nap before I start. All right. I'm ready to start now. Okay? On the happy occasion of Maurice's birthday, kindly let me virtually walk arm in arm with each of you down memory lane. Oh, the myriad of reasons I love my Uncle Maurice. Kind, gentle, generous, quick-witted and handsome. Man, is he funny too. Blessed with perfect pitch and solid lamb chop sideburns. He often has been mistaken for Elvis Presley. And like my brother David, Uncle Maurice also inspired a love of language and the importance of having a good vocabulary with words such as incongruous. As when he said, stranding the little ancient dog Edna on a rock in the middle of the cold Atlantic surf, where she nearly drowned, was incongruous with our mission to take care of that old pug. I've always enjoyed being in my uncle's company, except maybe when he is wicked mad. And I am sure I am not alone when I say I consider myself one of the smartest guys around. You can always count on learning something when you are at Maurice's. Might be how to figure out the square root of a number, the proper grammatical use of a certain pronoun to avoid confusion, how to read a map, etc. You are also treated to more esoteric lessons. When making homemade spaghetti and meatballs, don't be shy with the fennel seeds or with the sampling some of the raw meatballs. 2, if you want to have a sleepover after a family party, encourage Maurice and Dennis to have a couple or a few glasses of Courvoisier. 3, should you find yourself choking on a small portion of meat, a quick trip around the block over a bumpy road will suffice to dislodge the offending lips. In addition to these, Maurice always taught me to think bigger, to see the big picture, the forest from the trees kind of thing. He's smart, you know. Being a true family man, he and Matant have always generously welcomed us Tingsboro Genomies in as if they were their own. As a youngster, I spent many a holiday and vacation with the Franklin Genomies. With this backdrop,
Google Translate says denim.
Yeah.
with the backdrop, let's move to August 16, 1977, 1400 Zulu time, the day Elvis Presley officially left the building. A day I clearly recall I spent in the back seat of Uncle Maurice's station wagon, sitting next to Matthew, when the news of the King's demise came across the radio. We were traveling back to Franklin from what can only be categorized as another staggeringly successful sojourn into the art of family vacation. Now, these vacations were true performance pieces, think kind of like National Lampoon with a teeny edge. They were not for the faint of heart. The fact has been painfully proven time and time again. Filled with humor, intrigue, hijinks, high drama, hazing, razzing, accidental fires, intentional fires, shrieks, shouts, shocking developments, and much more, they were riveting affairs. Poetry in motion. One moment you would have Diane sweetly singing The Rose next to Fran, who would be letting Richard have it with both barrels. Lisa would be yelling at Matthew because, well, Matt was being Matt. Matthew, meanwhile, might be laughing or crying or possibly wearing the remains of an exploded fudgicle on his face. Aline, dear sweet Aline, just a baby and found shelter with Matout Alice Fred, who was tasked with being the peacemaker for the whole outfit. Mark and Richard, you ask? Well, those two were like the teenage tandem version of the Allstate Insurance character Mayhem. Kaboom! The gas grill explodes off the deck and lands on the ground. Poof! The French drain in the garage is ablaze with gasoline. Blam! The passerby getting shot by a BB gun fired out the bedroom window. As a visiting witness, you could literally hear Uncle Maurice's blood pressure rise as these complications popped up. I often feared his head might explode from the pressure, so tremendously exceeding normal operating range. I don't know how he survived it all. He must be blessed with an amazing relief valve in his nostril. All I can say is he's a hero. Lesser men would have folded and caved amid such chaos. Uncle Mo has a natural curiosity, and he introduced Mark, Richard, Matthew, and I to the fine art and sport of sailing when he purchased and skippered the Kiwi. The Kiwi. Lessons from Mon Capitan Maurice abound. Number 1. Though difficult, it is not impossible to thoroughly read and comprehend a book about sailing after drinking half a pitcher of Mai Tais and spending a couple hours trapped in a collapsed deck chair. 2, prior to initiating a turn in the sailboat, in other words, come about loudly and clearly to your fellow crew members so to warn them about the swinging boom. Using the come about warning properly on the Kiwis' inaugural trip may have prevented the loss of a pair of Uncle Maurice's prized gold aviator sunglasses into the harbor and saved the rest of us a lot of heartbreak when the boom knocked them free of their perch above his sideburns and the color of his cheeks flashed to crimson. 3, weather reports should be studied before launching and crossing significant amounts of water. 5, encountering dense fog banks and zero wind conditions may be made for tense moments while raising the ugly specter of a member of the crew getting hit with a paddle and going into the drink. As a brilliant member of one of the Army's research branches, his wisdom regarding fabrics, fibers, and chemistry provided invaluable in the field. For instance, he quite dramatically demonstrated for us during a vacation in Bahama that an Army strap and a single slice of American cheese are the precise first aid for a fractured arm. Speaking of the fractured arm trip, it should be noted that vacation presented many more important lessons. 2, though a colorful woman's blouse makes for a wonderful comic prop when entertaining the crowd, it does not offer much protection in a slip and fall accident off the beach bluffs. 3, a slip and fall accident off the beach bluffs are bad. They can be much worse if they involve landing on a giant pile of rotting, stinging pink jellyfish. For all these cherished memories and life lessons I've learned from the dearest Uncle Maurice, one of the smartest guys I know growing up, I'd like to say thank you, happy birthday, and keep laughing. Love, Gerard.